Welcome to the Fear Fiction Podcast. Fearfic is the term for short horror fiction, mostly posted on the web. It includes any and all related subgenres. Join three assholes talking basement goo Slimebeast, inebriated interstellar traveler Abysmii, and irritable ghostly man-horde Dead Pallet, as they read all stories horror and internet-related, paragraph by paragraph, and bullshit while they do it. From adolescent revenge fantasies to subtle postmodern narratives about real-life events and everything in between, they read it and critique. You better believe it. Kick it to the cold open, white boy.
All I see are images and chat all day.
No more pictures. Stop,
No!
please. I can't take any more pictures. Oh, look. I know what this is going to be.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's something a crow brought. I gotcha.
It's a cigarette butt.
There is a cigarette butt there. What you are seeing, and it should be in the background if Elias does his job, is a absolute buffet of fried chicken on the floor at a parking lot. When I and Chelsea are drunk, making our way out of the bar into a
Making out.
This sentence. What you're seeing right now is a buffet of chicken at a parking lot on the floor when Chelsea and I are drunk. Coming, somebody cop us.
It's a short story, one story.
It's Rod Sterling, and he's just like dropped the cigarette on the floor that he uses, and he's like, "Imagine, if you will, chicken on the floor."
Chicken on the floor. Who could ask for more?
A young couple exits a bar, making out, when the drunk one wants to eat some chicken, and all of a sudden there's chicken on the floor. So legitimately, just chicken, and I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it.
You
but
ate the floor chicken. Don't fucking lie.
I did not eat the floor chicken, but I did put the back of my hand down there to feel if it was hot. It was hot chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And
hot chicken. Tell me what you're missing.
And so, when you come across just unmolested chicken on the floor like that, fried, looking delicious, looking crispy, looking not too greasy, and I am a chicken lover.
Yeah.
Is this a trap?
Lover of chicken.
This is like one of those chests in the Dark Souls games where you like open it up and there's a monster inside the chest. This is like a mimic for Brandon, isn't it?
I would say it's like, the cops are right around the corner waiting for you to pick that shit up.
All right, Kowalski, have you ever done a chicken sting? What do you do?
This
what
chicken
with
with
that,
PCP.
But here's the thing. I think it's essentially the real-world equivalent of a mimic, except the fact is somebody has put all that chicken in their ass. And they're just waiting in the bushes to see who eats it.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
That's ass chicken.
That's ass chicken. I don't know what to make of it. I didn't touch it, and every night since then I have just regretted. I just don't. I should have taken the risk. I should have got down on all fours and cluck like a chicken and eat the chicken and see what happens.
You know what? This is
embrace the
okay. So if Pizza Hatch is yin, this is the yang. It's floor chicken.
Yeah.
And
come on down
one
to
is good,
floor
one
chicken.
Is bad. You got to make a choice as to which one you partake of, because you can only go down one path. You can't come back.
Mm-hmm.
What would happen if you had pizza from the Pizza Hatch and fried chicken from the garage, the parking garage?
Spontaneously combust.
Right. It's like eating Mentos and drinking Diet Pepsi. You fucking die.
Yeah.
That's what happens, right?
The human body cannot absorb this much flavor. It's just not possible.
It can't absorb this much grease.
No one man should have all this floor chicken.
No one man should have all those calories.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I thought it was going to be that you were going to say there was this plate of chicken, this bowl of chicken, whatever the fuck this is, and a crow brought it to Chelsea.
Well, she wouldn't be able to have it either. But as you can see, it is not. Know. It's not served in the traditional bucket. It is some sort of plastic container. Very non-traditional.
You know what I think happened? I think some guy was bringing this home for his girl, And then she had a craving, she wanted some chicken, so he went all the way out, got dressed, got out of bed, went out to get the chicken for her, picked it up, was on the phone with her, had an argument with her on the phone, and said, fuck it, put out a cigarette, put the chicken on the floor, and just kept driving.
Nah, if he had an argument, he would have thrown it down and made sure it spill everywhere so she could never have it. This is carefully placed floor chicken.
Well, maybe he placed it down on the floor and then went home and killed her, and now her ghost has to get to the chicken to be at rest. Her ghost has unfinished business, and she must eat the chicken. Is what I'm getting at.
In any city, in any parking lot, find the floor chicken.
I was thinking
good luck.
New from Blumhouse, her ghost must reach the floor chicken before midnight. The fuck?
I would watch that. Blumhouse doesn't have the balls to do crazy shit like that.
What you're describing isn't a Blumhouse film. It's like Crybaby Lane. It's like a Nickelodeon kids horror film. It's just like
Goosebumps, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Goosebumpsy idea.
Goose, chicken, yep, makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Frog walk.
Frog walk.
Does it? I wonder how many people know what frog walk is, because it is horrifying.
I would not partake.
Here's what I need.
Basically, when you take a goose and you hold it by its legs and beat it against a wall, you just catch what drips out.
You smell its feet, lick its toes.
Right.
I have this issue, though, of the chicken was there. It was in a plastic container, so I couldn't really smell it very well. Although I wanted to. I wanted to whiff it. But, again, every chance that there is a cop watching. However, there's no insignia, no markings, no identifying features outside of delicious-looking chicken. I want to try this chicken, but I don't know where it's from.
Yeah.
It has. What are you talking about? It has a sticker right on the side. You can see there. It says Popeyes. Wait a minute. No, it says Poop Eyes. It is ass chicken.
It is ass chicken. Floor ass chicken.
Here's the other problem. For all you know, if you open that chicken and remove the top piece, giant poisonous spiders.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know.
No.
Snake.
You're putting out these ridiculous concepts that can never be, but you are getting at a real idea. If I open that up, that terrorists pop out.
You're getting to a real idea here. Let's start KFS, Kentucky Fried Spiders.
Kentucky floor chicken.
Kentucky KFC, yeah. Fuck.
Double. I need you to draw floor chicken and then tweet at the Colonel and say,
Yeah, just type EH. No spaces. Just nothing.
Question mark.
Please tweet at the Espanol KFC Twitter account the very picture that you're seeing here and say, are you responsible for this? And if not, do you know who is? Are you ready to disavow this?
No, tweet at them and write, no habla pollo.
You don't. No habla pollo.
We're gonna get Punished Double's account deleted again.
Good.
Good.
That's what he gets. Fucker.
Yeah.
He should just not be harassing people we tell him to harass.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that hard. Don't listen to us. Easy. Fucking easy.
Give terrible advice. Don't do it.
Listen to us at 1/4 speed. Leave our... Okay. Okay, so here's the thing. There's an app for that. There's a plugin for your browser that gets rid of that thing where YouTube says, are you still watching? Click here if you are. It gets rid of that. Find this, install it, right? Listen to our entire playlist of episodes at 0.25 speed or whatever the fuck, and just go to bed. Help the channel out.
Yep.
Please, exploit the YouTube algorithm for our retention. He is not saying that facetiously. He is telling you to do that.
Yes, do it.
Yeah.
Go on vacation. Leave it playing on an endless loop at 0.1% speed.
So, okay, do you guys know about the B-movie Netflix thing?
Oh god, they're starting a B-movie series about B-movie?
No, okay, so there was an account on Netflix that watched B-movie straight and just constantly, nonstop rewatching B-movie. So to the point that Netflix got in contact with the account and like contacted them on the phone and were just like, hey, is everything okay there? It's just like,
and then
yeah,
it was like ring, 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 ring. Hi, this is Netflix. We just wanted to make sure everything was okay. Are you right, sir? Everything in nature says that a bee should not be able to fly, and yet a bee is able to fly. Whatever the fuck. This replies with the whole script. Fucking bees are flying.
Fucking Zyklon bees, huh? Remember that meme?
Yeah.
And that came out of the Fleming Storage Units, which we are going back to. We're reading Fleming Storage Unit number 40, Inattentiveness, by Angelbane. And so, the Fleming Storage Unit, completely successful project. I declare, hear me out on this, mission accomplished. Fleming Storage Units are perfect the way they are, and I did a good job leading the project.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening, but there was no malice behind it, I assure you. It was innocent inattentiveness.
What was that? Innocent inattentiveness here for...
That's the...
I didn't see anything.
Okay, I know about tsunderes and denderes and all that shit. What's the term for... What's the term for a waifu who just doesn't listen to you ever?
Dondere.
Huh?
Dondere.
Really?
See, you're interrupting me. And you're not listening, so you're a Dondere.
Is that really what it means? Doesn't listen?
Dandere. It means cool.
No, I'm talking about like somebody who's inattentive and doesn't listen. That's not cool. That's rude.
No, so that's like Raven. People say that like Raven from Teen Titans is tsundere. She's not. She's like not mean to people. She keeps her emotions in balance. She's dondere because she doesn't. She's like whatever, fine. So that's like being a goth.
Okay.
Yeah. There's your answer. You thought I wouldn't have an answer.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
See, you're dondere.
So who reads first? I forget.
Yeah, it's been a while. Waking up before noon after working a graveyard is a real bitch. Picking up the cup of coffee I picked up from the Holiday, 2 L's, which is correct.
What is even happening right now?
We're reading the story.
Is Holiday a coffee shop or what?
The Holiday Inn.
Holiday Inn.
Oh, all right.
Going to party at the Holiday Inn. Remember that song, guys?
Floor coffee.
Oh.
Taking a swig, letting the bitter black sludge run over my tongue. Stopping at the front gate, I put down the cup of Helltar.
Helltar. My name is Helltar from the Heck Dimension, where we don't say hell. What? The Heck Dimension is a Christian dimension. I'll thank you not to curse. Helltar.
Hey man, your new arch nemesis is weird.
I am Helltar, and I don't think that it's necessary to use that language.
So the Heck Dimension is a Christian dimension?
Yes.
So might they name it after the Christian word for hell?
Look, Christianity operates under a bunch of paradoxes.
I was discussing this with Prasicor, and he was just like, yeah, people don't hate Donald Trump because he breaks Christian morals. They like that he gets away with it. They like the hypocrisy.
Right.
The hypocrisy isn't a flaw, it's a feature.
He's the town drunk for the world's biggest town. Oh, God, love him. He's out there again yelling at the signpost.
This might age weird, but did you see his comments about Joe Biden getting the Wuhan woozies?
No.
He released a statement and like people posted it onto Twitter, but it was just like, yeah, I hope that he recovers. I had an excellent recovery. People said I have the best recovery ever.
God.
And he was just like, people said that it was a Herculean recovery, but not like the woke. I shit you not. He said not like the woke Disney Hercules, the Kevin Sorbo Hercules.
I don't believe you. I think that's too outlandish.
No, I believe that.
I did not believe it either, and it's true. Stopping at the front gate, I put down
How is Disney's Hercules woke?
Well, because it's not Kevin Sorbo. That's it.
Because it's not Kevin Sorbo. Why do you have to ask? Isn't it obvious? I put down the cup of Helltar and dug throughout my glove compartment for my papers. Taking them out, I flashed my papers to the cop on duty and made my way to Unit 40. Taking out my key, I unlocked the shed. Pulling the slide door open, I took my time to take in what had been my man cave for the past 3 years. Now, what I really like about this is that it's really setting the scene, letting you know all of the details about what you have to do to get in there, which are important details that I made sure everybody had to tell me when I wrote this fucking rule book.
When you start your story, you must drink Helltar.
You must make sure to spill some of your Helltar on the papers and get a black ring of Helltar onto the papers.
You know what? Helltar coffee. We could start it.
Those who seek the black ring of Helltar will find only their demise.
And a caffeine headache.
Yes. After your demise, you will go to heaven, which is real and a wonderful place.
Helltar is a super Christian coffee maker.
God damn.
I also like that, I think this is a first, at least for the ones we've read. This person owns the storage unit, knows exactly what's in it, and isn't like getting it from a relative or whatever.
No, there's been a lot of stories like that. It's just been a hot minute.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, there was a bulk where nobody was ever fucking responsible for their own Fleming Storage Unit, which I think is funny.
Yeah, we read that story where the guy was like, I had to open my storage unit, which I'd been shitting in for the past 10 years because I just couldn't stand to go in a public bathroom.
The retro video game posters clung to the gray, cracking walls, well creased and faded from the years spent in a dresser when I was a child. Under the poster for Doom sat a...
Dorm!
Knock off Doom.
You're failing. I'm not dating you.
Dorm University.
These games are going to cause a school shooting. Oh, yeah? Which ones? Dorm. Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Dorm's problematic.
Shit.
Maybe a little censorship. Okay.
It's like I talked about ghost riding the whip, and I was just like, man, I hate censorship, and it's like, ghost ride the whip, get out of your car, endanger people, and I'm just like, well,
run over a toddler. All right,
get a bunch of fertilizer, put it in a truck,
light that shit on fire.
Literally, like the shit on fire.
Ghost ride the Capitol. Ghost ride the Capitol.
Shit.
Plant guns at conspicuous locations.
God damn it.
Fuck.
Wear a mask. Delete your Facebook.
Oh, shit.
You don't want to be at the Jan 6 hearings.
Ghost ride the plane. Ghost ride the plane.
Under the poster for Doom sat a typewriter. God damn it. Sat a typewriter on a rather large desk. The floor around it awash in crumpled, failed manuscripts. Pushed off to a corner sits a stool with a saxophone resting on top of it. Finally, my eyes landed on the red cooler in the middle of the room. Where did that come from?
Hey.
Where did that come from?
DP, speak up.
What?
Bill Clinton. Hey.
I got a saxophone and a red cooler. Where did that come from? Had I bought it? Brought it. Had I brought it? It had been almost 2 months. That was my birthday, so bringing a red cooler was possible.
Huh? It had been my birthday, so it's possible I had a red cooler. Okay. All right.
That's a short story one story, is it not? It's my birthday, so I have a red cooler.
Yes.
Obviously. Don't question this.
Everyone in town is very jealous of my red cooler, and they try to take it away from me. I reached down.
But tomorrow is the day after my birthday, so I will no longer have a red cooler.
I will have a blue cooler. I am so embarrassed that I will not leave the house for another year. What?
Oh, boy.
All right, so we do have some tense shifting in this story, which I have to point out, because I reached down and pull open the case. Not really sure what to expect.
So I think that tense shifting is a sign that a person hasn't practiced writing in a while. It's not necessarily a sign of a bad writer, because I like the language that we've gotten so far. It's nice and consistent. And I think that when you get that tense shifting, it is just like a sign that you have thought through your story but haven't edited it.
Plus, you're sort of in the moment as you're thinking of what's going on, like on the fly, coming up with the, scenarios. A 6-pack of Red's Apple Ale greets me. Wow. The cooler empty except that. Taking out one of the bottles, it was warm as floor chicken. That was not a big surprise if I had brought it with me the last time I was here. I slid my hand back into the cooler, searching for a bottle opener. One rested just to the side of the 6-pack. I took it out and noticed the little white slip of paper. Turning it over in my hand, I glanced at it. Thinking of you was all that was written on the slip. Had I received this as some sort of present? The past 2 months at the hospital had been such a blur. I just can't seem to recall. Oh.
Okay.
Amnesia.
Okay.
I can't recall anything after the car accident that I was not involved in.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, I can't recall what happened.
God damn it.
My defense was that the rap song told me that it was an okay thing to do and that it was safe and advisable to ghost ride my whip.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of someone like setting up their storage unit completely illegally, of course, to just be like a hangout spot, like getting electricity and internet or cable in there and just getting like fucking blasted and then leaving and then coming back and being like, I don't remember the red cooler. Whatever.
Time for some Red's Apple Ale.
Mm-hmm.
I've never drank it before, to my knowledge, but whatever.
Well, I think the guy who manages it, Journey, his character would probably be like, man, chill out, do whatever,
It's
do
cool.
some whippets and write on your typewriter, man, as long as you're not here when I lock up and the guy that's going to commit suicide, does that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, did you say ghost ride the whip? No, I said whippets, man.
I
Ghost
said
ride the
whippets.
whippet. Is that where you just like spray it into the air?
Yep.
Kids,
Completely waste it.
If you have one of two options, ghost riding the whip or doing whippets, I highly recommend you choose doing whippets, as you are only a danger to yourself at that point.
There you go.
He's a mass whippeter.
What the fuck?
He's suicidal and he wants to overdose on whippets and he wants to force everybody else to do it too.
Mass whippeter. Okay. Oh, the mass whippeter. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. I shrugged to myself, hopping open the bottle. I would have figured out who sent me the cooler and thanked them.
I shrugged myself, popping and locking as I did so. Sorry, go ahead.
Just popping and locking next to your car is ghost riding? The ale tasted fine. Granted, the shed hadn't been too humid, so no big surprise there. I took the time to take out the posters and the 6-pack. I had planned to take time with this job. I wanted to revel in the last days of my man cave. I would have the chance...
Nope.
I wouldn't have a chance like this for a while.
Yay.
Gently placing the poster in the back of my car, I made sure that they were safe and weren't going to tear before climbing into the front seat of the car and placing the closed cooler in the passenger seat. There is a lot of perfunctory going through the motions actions in a lot of these stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's my fault.
I like the idea, though, where based on the reality of the situation, it's like, I had my old nostalgic posters for video games from when I was a child. I carefully put the Far Cry 2 poster in the back of my truck. I was like, oh, God. Oh, I'm old. Fuck. Good.
My turn?
Yeah.
Am I gently blazing?
No.
No, I'm at purr. The purr of the engine greeted my ears when I started the car. The mystery of my new prize would have to wait. Turning out to the left, I glanced out across the strip mall. It was a bit early, but I hadn't really had anything to eat since about midnight, due to degenerate. I turned into the plaza. I parked the car into a spot right in front of Inspector Mumos.
Fuck. God fucking
There it is.
Inspector Mumos. Fuck
There
this
it is.
shit.
Ding ding. Hit your bingo cards now.
God damn.
So what we're learning from this is everybody sees the sign that says Inspector Mumos when they're writing their story.
Mm-hmm.
They hear that. They see that seared into their head. Guys, we need to make Inspector Mumos real because it has a lot of curb appeal.
Apparently. Yeah.
Because you just see a cow in a trench coat with a handgun, and it's a milkshake shop. there is no reality. There's no dimension where you don't go in there.
Exactly. Yeah. Or at least you regret it for the rest of your life if you don't. Mm-hmm. But I do want to point out that Abysmii said, quote, "Ding ding, get your bingo card." That's not how bingo works.
Whatever.
Halfway through the night, halfway through the game, ding ding, everyone get your bingo card. Welcome to bingo. Like, what?
Look, I'm not 75 years old. I don't know how bingo works.
Oh, yeah.
It'd been a while since my last visit, partly because the theme had grown a little thin, but mostly my job kept calling me in. Still, their food was good, and the malts were to die for. Pity I wasn't here for one. Making sure the windbreaker was snugly on my body, I got out of the car. The cold morning... Windbreaker. Ghost ride the wind. The cold morning air...
What?
What?
That's just jumping off a cliff.
Damn it.
And then you break.
Fuck.
The cold morning air smacked me in the face. It hadn't seemed as bad back at Fleming's. Granted, the sheds themselves somewhat protected from the wind, unlike the plaza, which was mostly open. Yet there's a lot of, like, plaza open, wind cold. Yeah, okay. Don't really need that, but so far so good.
Jesus Christ, you make a person sound like a caveman. Milkshake good.
Cow in trench coat funny.
Storage unit. Moo. Rushing inside, I opened the door.
Cooler.
Nothing. Rushing inside, I opened the door and was greeted by a warm room and a sweet scent wafting in. Wafting in or wafting out? I had farted in the parking lot. Stepping up to the counter, I saw Lauren working the counter today. Looking at me hard.
Nothing.
Looking at me hard, she said, "Hey, can't come in here like that." Looking at me hard, she demanded, "What do you want, Greg? It's me, Helltar."
Well, I mean,
Lauren
what
was
happens?
Helltar all along. Pardon?
What happens if you want a malt and you have a boner? Like, is she just supposed to be like, wait outside until your boner goes away? It's like, well, it's not going away now. You just jinxed yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Go outside, think about baseball, and then come back in.
So is the new trend just putting your hands out at your sides and going, "Ghost rad the dick, ghost rad the dick"? Internally letting out a sigh, I took a glance up at the board. Was she like this with everyone or just me? I mean, sure, I could be a bit of a dick in high school, but that was years ago. Having picked my order, I looked back at her. "I'll take a Bogart burger with a cup of mocha, my sweet."
The fuck?
Are you doing like Gremlin David Lynch?
I just do voices, man. I just change my voice, and I don't know why, and I don't give a shit. It just happens.
This dude, 85-year-old Victorian gentleman?
"I'll take a Bogart burger and a cup of mocha, my sweet."
My sweet is something a doting grandmother says.
Isn't mocha my sweet like the name of it?
I think he's
Is
saying.
it?
See what you did?
I think Mocha My Sweet is, when he's saying my sweet, I think he's being sardonic. I think he's being like...
Sardonic avocado. Depends on the movie.
Depends on the malt. Depends on the whip. Do you think you should be able to ghost ride a whip? Don't you think it depends on... Yes, I do think it depends on the whip in question. She punched in the order and took my cash. I took a seat in the booth and waited for my food in the relative silence of the day. My gaze focused in on the Fleming units. This was the busiest I'd ever seen it. I don't think you can get your eyes on the Fleming storage units from Inspector Mumos, if I'm remembering the layout correctly.
No, it's like a significant drive. Not like super far, but not. You can't just look over and be like, "Oh, look at all the people."
It's like a I don't know, like a 7-minute walk. Like it's not a big trek, but like it's a distance.
7-minute walk sounds like a indie game on Steam.
Oh,
Just a walking sim.
7-minute walk.
And you just get to the end of it, and they just shoot you, and they're like, "This is America."
God damn it!
Unlock all 45 endings.
You get to the end of the 7-minute walk, and then somebody runs you over with a car, but they're not inside the car.
There you go.
It wasn't like I had seen people around when I came to chill, but I did feel like I had the run of the place. The thunk of the tray reached my ears. I turned, offering Jennifer a weak smile. How has business been? Still slow. Why can't more residents stop in? Buddy, it is bustling now that the guy killed himself in the Fleming Storage Units.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's coming in to Inspector Mumos. You should be overwhelmed.
Maybe this is one of the first people.
Yeah, I guess they would have been abreast of the situation and got in first. She asked her voice dripped with that classic movie feel.
Like a Marvel Cinematic Universe film, yeah.
Well, so when I hear classic movie, I think like 50s and 40s, which would sound very weird.
Still
today.
Slow. Why can't more residents stop in? Like a black and white movie.
Yeah.
No, it's more like woman. This. Elias put on like some kind of old movie or old radio distortion. Still slow. Why can't more residents stop in? That's Jennifer right there.
Yep.
So you're just trying to steal my Radiohead bit.
Yes, I'm stealing Elias. Your bit of how people spoke in the past.
Elias. Do not do that for him. Fuck him for stealing Radiohead.
Elias, bit crush it instead. And lower the pitch.
Yeah, that way it sounds
and reverse it.
Yeah.
Elias, ghost ride the edit.
Ghost ride. God, I love that accent. Besides the food, her accent was one of the main things that drew me in. That's pathetic. Mm-hmm. It brought me back to the happier times with Brianna, who also shared an accent like that.
Brianna did not have an accent like that. The fuck?
What? Everybody in Inspector Mumos is just like from a 1950s film? I don't
remember Rihanna going up on stage and saying, stand under my umbrella, Ella, like that. By the way, bit crush that and do all the stuff to that too.
I like the idea of Rihanna, like, you can stand under my umbrella because I'm outside of my car with an umbrella.
God damn it. If you use an umbrella properly, are you ghost riding the rain?
Yep.
Just by holding it properly?
Absolutely.
Ghost ride the rain. It brought back the happier times with Brianna, who also shared the accent like that. How long it had been since I thought about her. Oh, my sweet Brianna.
She had an accent, I think.
Her name meant cheese, and she was twice as sweet as cheese. What?
Feeling the sweet rush of the drink wash over my tongue and wipe out that gas station coffee, I mulled that thought over. Every time I see that hole she made in the wall...
Okay, get you a girl who drills a hole in the bathroom wall.
Okay. Damn.
Oh my god, what?
So many questions. Every time I see that hole she made in the wall, but beside that... When I had honestly thought about her, I quietly ate my burger, my thoughts consumed by the girl I once loved. I sighed getting up to my feet. This was not what I had expected when I came here.
See, this is my, the dichotomy of men and women. Men make holes in walls because they're angry Kyles. Women make holes in walls because they love men.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Bracing myself, speaking of which, I stepped out into the cold temperature and rushed back to my 1964 Chevy I started up. All one sentence.
No, you read that wrong.
Okay. Bracing myself, I stepped out into the cold temperature, and rushed back to my 1964 Chrysler I started up. Or should I say,
there you go.
I start it up.
I start.
You said Chevrolet the first time.
Oh. Well, whatever. I left the plaza heading home. Putting my key into the lock of my Chevrolet, I turned, only to find that it was already unlocked. Did I leave my front door unlocked? I mean, sure, I had left the house this morning half awake, but would I have forgotten to lock the door? Pushing it open, Princess hopped up to me. What? Princess hopped out of the hole in the wall. Bringing the large white rabbit up, I scratched her behind her ears. Did you let yourself out of your cage, Princess? You know you shouldn't do that.
I guess we have a bunny in the car.
Car bunny.
Floor
chicken
bunny.
versus car bunny.
Tonight on Car Rabbit versus Floor Chicken.
Mm-hmm.
The rabbit will not eat the chicken because it is a vegetarian.
That's right.
Another draw. See you next week.
Why is this on the promo? Tonight, a draw. Wait, what the fuck?
Tonight's results before they even happen.
Tonight on Game of Thrones, this guy dies. What? Wait.
Everybody dies that you like.
Fuck.
Tonight on Breaking Bad, he breaks bad. I make meth.
I am danger.
I ghost ride whip.
Mm-hmm.
Princess rests her head against my shoulder, carrying her with me back into my room. I glanced around the room, spotted her collection of toys. I placed them on the ground, picked up the toys, and spent the better part of 2 hours just playing with her.
I like to think it's all Funko Pops of Marvel characters, but they have rabbit ears.
Oh my god. Do you play with rabbits? I don't know how that works.
Which one of us are you asking? Abysmii, do you play with rabbits?
Well, my former roommate had one, and no, you don't play with rabbits. You clean up after them, and they suck.
Yeah.
They're terrified little animals, and they should not be in cages. They should be outside.
Yeah, that's my feeling about it. It's like, hey, you have a lot of rabbit iconography and all of your stories and stuff. Do you like rabbits? Fuck no, I hate them. They suck ass. They're terrible. From here, my day off routinely went pretty much as normal. I cleaned Princess's cage. Yep. I cleaned Princess's cage, and well, she shit again, so I cleaned her cage and lost more time, than I'm willing to admit.
The rabbit is just in a filthy, filthy cage, and the guy's there. Ghost clean the cage. Ghost clean the cage.
Just pushing through my game, I had already beaten more than a dozen times. What game? Tell us.
Super Mario World.
Yeah, of all the details we've got so far, not this one.
Yeah, it's a weird detail to leave out. By the time
Rabbit
it hit
Petter
me,
5000.
He's just doing speed runs of Rabbit Petter 5000.
If you glitch through the rabbit here. What the fuck?
So we're doing any pat level percent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not about the quantity of pats, it's about how you pat them.
Alright, so we're doing any pat percentage, and we're doing the bad ending, so what you're going to do is you're going to start off patting really hard, and it's going to take one, and then you're done.
What you're also going to see is it matters what you name your character. So if you switch it to these random characters with a few Japanese characters thrown in, that's going to substitute the data, and then all of your pats are going to be 4x'd. So you're going to do 4 pats all at once.
Damn.
It's a good glitch.
Double make this game.
Make this game, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's cookie clicker, but you're just killing a rabbit by petting it too hard.
How many times do you have to slap a rabbit to cook it?
Tell me about the rabbit petter again. Loads revolver.
God damn it.
He's just playing a cookie clicker game as he gets shot in the back of the head. Spoiler. But anyway.
Spoiler for real life, and what's going to happen to our audience while you're playing cookie clicker.
Ghost ride the whip and play cookie click.
Damn it.
By the time it hit me what time it was to eat, my stomach was already singing the gurgles of protest.
The gurgles of protest.
Everyone please take out your hymnals and turn to 355, the gurgles of protest.
God damn it.
Oh, god damn it. After making sure Princess was safely locked in her cage, well, you did that before and it didn't take. I set my chips
down on the floor.
I set chips in cage. I set about using my limited skills. I had to make a decent steak.
Out of nothing?
I make steak out of rabbit. Mm-hmm. Taking my first forkful of limited spices I had used, it tasted alright. Sighing, I poured some A1 steak sauce. Maybe one of these days I wouldn't need to use it to cover the taste of burnt from it. I wonder if Angel Bane is not a native English speaker. I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
I haven't talked to them enough. I don't even know their gender, so,
Yeah. Taking a look at the time, I realized
like, usually I know the author's genders. Usually I make a point of finding out. I don't let them alone until they tell me.
Sign up for the contest.
Yeah.
ASL title story.
Listen, I have a strict point system based on gender.
Taking a look at the time, I realized there was still time before I had to work that extra shift tomorrow. Taking out the warrant.
Time.
Mm-hmm.
Taking out the worn-beaten phone from my pocket, I shot a quick text to a friend asking if they wanted to go see a movie with me. Only about 10 minutes later, we were in front of the theater debating what to watch, finally deciding on the new Blade Runner movie. In all honesty, it wasn't the greatest thing I'd ever seen, but it wasn't the worst either. Parting ways, I headed off to my car when I got a call. My phone displayed a number I didn't recognize. I didn't save many numbers on my phone, so it could be someone I knew. I answered with a hearty, hello?
Hello?
Did this person just say that they didn't enjoy a Ryan Gosling movie?
That's cardinal sin right there.
I automatically hate this story now.
DP looking forward to the Barbie movie.
Well, by the time that this has aired, I will have already seen it like 3 times.
I see.
So, no, I don't care if it's the character. I don't want your character to not like Ryan Gosling.
Do you ever wonder when somebody's like, when you're calling somebody and they never answer, and you just keep calling and they never answer for days? Do you ever wonder if they're standing there with their phone on the table and they're like looking down at it and waving their hands around and going, "Ghost, answer the phone! Ghost, answer the phone! Ghost, answer the phone!"
It's just Ryan Gosling, and he's looking at the phone very pensive, like, I shouldn't answer the phone. The ghost will answer the phone.
Mm-hmm. Only the distant background chatter and what I thought was my voice could be heard.
Distant background chatter here for
God damn it.
Very low audio.
God damn. Looking around at the thinning crowd, I spotted no one really with their phone up. Was this some kind of prank? My friend could have easily followed me and used a burner phone to prank me. That seems like a good use of money. Scanning the crown. The story about turning the queen into an AI robot.
She's going to
then she would never die.
Yeah, she's going to die eventually, very soon, hopefully. And because fuck monarchs. But, when that happens, what are we going to do? She's lost forever. If we can have an AI queen, then that's probably the best governance system, really.
Sure. Yeah, like those AI generated stories that we read, that could be the laws of the land. Jesus Christ.
We let an AI determine our laws, and now everybody has to have a red cooler on their birthday.
Yep. God damn it. Fuck. I like the idea.
Nobody should be able to drive their car while still inside of it.
I like the idea of these people, like, stoically, these men in suits, these British government fops, walking down this dark hallway, to a secretive room, and in there is the mainframe computer that has the Queen AI on it, and they're like, Queen AI, we don't know what to do. Turkmenistan is threatening to nuke the world. And it answers, what you need to do with Ukraine is go, and they're like, no, Turkmenistan. And like, Ukraine is just like the fucking AI stories.
You walk into Ukraine.
You turn to Turkmenistan and say, it's okay, I have something else to do. You walk over to Ukraine and say, fuck, no.
It just has an agenda for some reason. It's just like...
Fuck.
Oh, boy.
Alright. What was that? Where was I? Jesus Christ. Scanning the crown, that's right. Watching Her Royal Highness teach a robot how to be polite and have good manners. Scanning the crown to spot any sign of someone I knew, I caught a streak of red move around the corner of the building. My cooler!
The red streaker.
Oh, the red streaker. Help me, Batman.
That's red flags like arch nemesis.
Batman, I was hit by a car. Please help me. Oh, the red streaker.
Red flag would be upset with red streaker because they're too on the nose of like, you can't just do that. You're not insinuating anything. That's upsetting.
You need subtlety. What are you doing?
You should have shame. All right. Red streak move around the corner of the building. Walking nonchalantly, I continued to speak into the phone to Ukraine. Ted, is that you? This isn't funny if it is. Turning the corner, I found nothing.
Nothing.
Yes. All that I see all around me, nothing. Just an empty lot with a couple of parked cars and some fried chicken and a dumpster. Ted wasn't the kind of guy to go anywhere near a trash can, not even on a joke.
What the fuck? Short story, one character. I don't go near trash cans.
Not after the last time. Fuck it. I'm tired of having to work in the morning and haven't slept much besides the 3 hours this morning. I like coolers. Coolers are good. They keep your food good. Dumpsters, not so much. You know?
I keep getting arrested for using defensive lethal force on trash cans. And just a short story, one character that keeps pulling out a firearm every time they see a trash can, just unloads into it.
The police keep telling me that I cannot continue shooting trash cans. They say that it is crazy of me to do so. But everyone else in the town agrees that I am the real force of justice. They call me a vigilante and a hero.
You might be wondering why I'm missing a pinky finger. Well, one time, I didn't hate trash cans. I used to think we could cooperate and live in peace. I went to put my trash to the trash can, and a monster came out of the trash can. It looked like it was a bandit. It had little human-like hands and was a furry creature. People told me that it was a raccoon, but I know better. I know that it was a trash can monster. It bit my finger off.
Paul tried to convince me every night for a month that it was a raccoon, so I shot him. Bye, Paul.
I threw him into the street and looked at the trash can nearby. I pointed my gun at the trash can and say, "Did you send him? Did you send him into my room?"
This is actually eerily close to that, what was it, the garbage monster story we generated with AI? Where the guy was looking out his window wanting to eat trash.
Yeah, that was good. Returning home, I collapsed onto the couch, falling into a deep, dreamless sleep. Waking up the next morning, I found myself in bed. Mm-hmm. How did I get here? I remember falling asleep, shut up, on the couch, sitting in a particular scent hit my nostrils. It's a fruity smell. It's not an unpleasant one, although it does bring to mind bad memories. God, Brianna was clinging. If I wasn't home, at a particular time, I would hear about it. Accusations that I didn't love her or how she was the only girl I could trust.
Accusations that she was really a trash can and I was sick for dating her.
Babe, please stop shooting trash cans. You're fucking insane.
This is literally in an Adult Swim show. That's great.
Verbal tirades about how without her I would be nothing. Thinking back on it now, the man cave in the storage units was something she allowed me to have. That was the one thing that led to our relationship ending. Did he kill her?
Kind of feels like it.
Yeah. When I had time to myself, I realized what it was to be happy and how I didn't have to be with her. I took about a year to work up the courage to kick her out, but when I did, it was another 3 months before she finally stopped calling.
Damn. He was ghost answering the phone.
Shaking my head, I cleared my thoughts.
No, you have to read that as if you're shaking your head. Come on.
You just like clear your throat and then read it. It's like, clearing my throat, I cleared my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Clear thoughts, clear throat.
That's what I always say.
Shaking my head, I cleared my thoughts. That was in the past. I'm past that. I am the past. And I have more important things to focus on. I must have been...
Oh, the pastor.
God damn it. Pastor! Is there a problem, Batman? Oh, God! Why?
You're from the past, aren't you? No, I'm the pastor. Aha! You admit it.
God damn it.
I forgive you, forgive him, for he knows not what he does.
I know what I'm doing. Ow.
He looks up at the ceiling when he says that, like he's talking to God. I know what I'm doing, God.
You stay out of this.
Fuck.
Oh, I must have been half awake and stumbled into my room. It's not like the couch was comfortable at all. Then get a new one. Assured that no one had been in my house but me last night, I stood up and walked the few rooms to my computer. I had a goal in mind today. Booting it up, I set out to find another storage shed to make a man cave out of. You're in your own place alone now. That's your man cave.
Just find an actual cave. You don't have to pay.
You're trying to find a new place to spend monthly rent on. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, this is what I hate about living with a woman. It's just like, no, you can't shit on the floor here. You can't store your pee in jars here.
And then she shits on your bed, and it's like, come on, double standard, what the fuck?
Well, she puts a hole in the wall, and it's like, this is my new terrarium, but, like, then bunnies come out of it, so she's not doing it.
Yeah.
I punched a hole in my wall, and now buddies won't stop flooding my apartment.
God damn it. At first, the hole seemed like a good idea. Fuck.
Then the trash monsters started coming out with their little adorable furry faces.
Mm-hmm.
A quick Google search pulled up nothing, and the nearest storage units were hours away.
When I use Google, no results come up. Okay. Fuck. That's really
Sir, this is
horrifying.
Ask Jeeves, and this is defunct.
God damn.
Great. I guess having it here at home might be a better idea, you think, especially during the winter nights. You think? After a quick meal of eggs and bacon, I take a long walk around the town. The wind had picked up a lot since yesterday. I zipped up my jacket the rest of the way. I finally found myself returning home 15 minutes before I was supposed to work. Rushing around to get ready, I almost missed that the fruity smell had increased. Having no time to really sit and ponder the smell, I rushed out the door and got my ass to work. The next 12 were
Oh,
pretty
fine.
average.
Just fucking cut me out of it. That's
Yeah,
great.
I am.
Fucking
The
asshole.
next 12 are pretty average. I did my usual stuff as a nurse, ran around helping patients, answering calls. This dude's a nurse.
I
Whatever
don't
this
like
hospital
that,
is,
says
I don't put
Abysmii.
up there. But I don't
Abysmii
want
says,
him
wait a minute, this guy's a nurse and he had a girlfriend? Okay, Abysmii. Come on.
Do we know this person's gender?
I guess we don't.
At the beginning it said, Mimi Big Boy.
Mimi, big boy.
Yeah.
Penis, testosterone, genitalia, male.
Testosterone.
It says at the beginning, I spilled my Helltar all over my giant cock.
A giant.
Wait, that
frothing
doesn't
cock.
actually, well...
My giant man cock.
Yeah, there
I
you go.
sued Inspector Mumos. Ran around
Inspector
the help.
Man cock.
That's the porn shop next door.
Inspector Mancock, you'll never defeat Helltar. What?
Take your pants off. What? No.
This is a Christian realm. No. We look down on that sort of thing. Okay, now Helltar's a villain again.
Yep. I mean, he
He's
can't.
just really bigoted. Fuck.
As most of our villains are, they're just bigoted assholes. We have a type.
I like the idea that it's like, I'm Helltar from the Heck realm, and it's like, oh, this is a Christian, yes, and what do you do on Wednesdays? Bake sales, and all this shit, and then it's like, well, why are you a villain? It's like, oh, that Roe v. Wade thing. I agree with the Supreme Court. No!
Oh, what's our other fucking villains? I guess Straightbeard's not really a villain, but he's a bigot, so
Yeah.
it's just a thing.
Well, is Straightbeard terrified of the fact that he's closeted?
Does he know?
I don't know.
Straightbeard is also just a lovable... I would say Straightbeard is an anti-hero.
Yeah,
God damn
like
it.
most pirates.
Like most pirates.
Fucking hell.
I do wonder when we're going to get more Bubba Fucks / shits.
Never.
I need to write that thing. Damn it.
Never.
Linda
Hey,
approaching.
You're more likely to get a Helltar sketch at this point.
Oh, that's probably, Linda approached, stating that she had no idea Bree was back in town. I calmly told her that as far as I knew, she was still out in D.C., Dick Country. Linda just shrugged her shoulders and asked, do you want to get a couple of drinks after work? So Brianna's back, and she's putting more holes in walls.
Mm-hmm.
She's living in his walls. That's what she made the hole for.
Yeah. She's
Holy
looking.
shit. Damn.
She's
Oh, the
letting
glorious
bunnies out of
holer.
cages. She's just wilding out here.
Okay, you know what? This story has a great concept. The execution is lacking.
Yeah, there's too much like beat by beat stuff that's just like I did this and then I did that, and it's really hard to get out of that writing style.
It's tough too because like the reveal is at the end, and well done. Like it's a well
I
done
prefer my
reveal.
reveals in the title. No sleep.
If I'm reading a no sleep story, I want to know what the plot is at the first sentence in the title.
God damn it.
Man, I swear to God, fucking Vouch has been such a endless amusement whenever we use that phrase.
He's an amusement of Vouchian proportions.
I've looked into Vouch exactly one time, and that was the time that we discussed, and I still do the Vouch take. It's just endlessly fun.
Well, that was a fun read, but I think we mostly made it fun.
Yeah.
Angel Bane DP has this literary advice for you. Go ahead, DP.
Start writing
Spreading
for
the news.
Start writing for projects that don't suck.
Goes to ride the news.
God damn it.
Angel Bane, we would like you to join us in our next writing project that hopefully doesn't suck.
Is no story just ghost writing the story?
Yep.
Ooh.
We did it already. Cool.
We did it already.
Congrats to us.
Perfect place to end the episode.
No, Abysmii is going to now end the episode with a show-stopping number. Go ahead, Abysmii.
I'm trying to burp really bad there and I can't. Fuck. Oh well.
I was trying to burp, but I couldn't. Fuck!
Angel Bane, literary stain.
Whoa!
Reading your shit hurts my brain.
What the fuck? Okay, we're definitely stopping before that. Jesus Christ.
Are you doing
I didn't mean it.
Are you doing Mystic Spiral lyrics now?
Sure.
This has been the Fear Fiction Podcast. Your hosts are Abysmii, Dead Palette, and Slimebeast. Music by Abysmii. Art by C.F. Comer. Voiceover by Atticus Jackson. Edited by Elias the Intern. Subscribe to Fearfic on YouTube to stay up to date on new episodes.
Rose? What is that? I don't have one of those.
Oh, careful. That's my concealed carry, Dagon.
Touch it and it makes you feel good?
Oh, heavens no, Dagon. That's for my protection.
I thought the magical underwear did that.
Those protect my spirit. The gun is for killing would-be assailants.
Guns kill people?
No, I do. When I pull the trigger, which I've done multiple times. Why, this little revolver has a 3-person body count alone.
Wait, I thought Mormons don't kill people?
Oh, Dagon, you've got so much to learn about exceptions.
Exceptions?
Yes, Dagon, exceptions. They're an important part of any religious ideology.
How does that work, Rose?
It's actually rather simple. If we don't want a rule to apply to us, we only apply it to others, and then we judge them for it.
Oh. Huh. Neat. So, is that why we're having premarital interspecies lesbian sex despite that, being, bad?
Don't forget about lying to it to the rest of the temple. Seriously, don't forget about that part. Also, the lies about your sex, the nature of the relationship, and the $450 worth of ginger ale you stole from the basement to have a bath.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
But you don't have a gun. We need to change that before the next turf war with the drug cartels.
Can we go back to kissing?
Of course, Dagon. Oh, fishy.
Are you tired of humanity? Because I sure as fuck am. I'm leaving. I'm going to the Corvid Corner. Crows have been known to adopt the orphans of other corvids. They will eat the young of other birds, not in the corvid family, however.
So crows of other corvids, so that means like crows would adopt like blue jays and raven babies.
Yeah, they've actually been observed adopting blue jay babies that have lost their parents.
That is interesting.
Right?
And
but
then,
yet if you're not a corvid, you gonna get eaten. Like cardinals, fuck you. You're getting eaten. But it's okay because cardinals don't exist because
I like the idea.
They are Ohioan drones.
Cardinals, just like, Red has a child. It's like, I can't take care of this child. I've injured my wing. I can't feed it. And then it just goes and gets blue paint and just dumps it on there. It's like, it's a blue jay. Okay, listen.
Listen, you gotta pretend you're a blue jay. You gotta be an asshole to everybody you meet, and then you might get picked up. by a nice family.
Speaking of get picked up, did you know that crows have a very specific mating ritual?
Yeah?
Yes.
What is it?
Oh, well, it used to be much more traditional. It was an arranged marriage thing, but now they just go to crowbars.
Oh, crowbars. But
the joke wasn't remotely funny, and that tells you, ladies and gentlemen, that everything is delivery. And it's fact.
It's truth.
It's a truth. What Chelsea said is bullshit.
Yep.
The crows can just tell the difference between different kinds of... They know... Yes, Chelsea, they know where on the taxonomy tree the birds lie. Correct.
They probably have a better taxonomy tree than human beings do. They probably know where fungus actually belongs.
Are corvids the ones that, like, run Ancestry.com?
They might be. Oh my god, you never know.
It's just... They're just stealing the Ancestry.com box from your mail.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Just going up onto a power line, shaking it, taking down notes, and just writing down random bullshit. It's
yes.
Like, oh my god. Fuck it, you're Armenian, whatever.
I'm a crow, I don't care.
I'm a crow, I don't care. Would crows do that? Just lie to humans?
I mean...
Why not?
I mean, they would. The Corvid Corner.